Too often, people neglect thinking about their financial health, and when they do get to a point wherein they feel the need for money due to a sudden expense, that's the only time they reflect and think if only they save or invested early, they wouldn't be in this tight situation. So do we really need to wait for that wake-up call event in our lives to improve our financial health? Or you can start right now, taking one small step every day to improve yourself so that one day you wouldn't need to stress yourself about money ever again. But another question would arise. What do I do? Where should I start? Well, luckily, when it comes to money and finance, there are already a lot of successful individuals that we can learn from and maybe even reach or even surpass what they have accomplished. So in today's video, I would give you my list of top financial lessons from famous successful individuals. To start off our list for today, what better way than to learn from the greatest investor himself, Warren Buffett. Don't save what's left after spending, spend what's left after saving. The problem with a lot of people is they pay everyone else first before themselves, paying the electric company, paying phone bills, credit cards, car dealers, etc. What this lesson tells us is we should first pay ourselves by saving a part of what we earn and invest it in an asset that produces income for us. And what's left of your income is what you use in your daily life. If it's not enough for your phone bill, then downgrade it to a cheaper plan. If you can no longer buy Starbucks coffee every day, then just make your coffee at home. So you get the point. Though if you invest now, you may not feel it yet since your invested money is still small. But in the future, you will reap its benefits. And you may even be able to buy things that you can't buy right now. As they say, if you invest today, you are buying a day that you don't have to work for. This is explained in the famous book, The Richest Man in Babylon. To pay yourself first, create an army of money slaves before you enjoy a banquet for yourself. So right now, start taxing yourself when you receive your income. Take a part of what you earn, like maybe 10% of your total income, then invest it. As for the remaining, that's what you use for your daily activities. If it doesn't fit your budget, adjust it. Know the things that are a need and a want. This way you can organize properly your budget. Next, if you realize that you're the problem, then you can change yourself. Learn something and grow wiser. Don't blame other people for your problems. By Robert Kiyosaki. Well, the favorite game that a lot of people play, the blame game. They want the people around them to adjust. They want people to accept their shortcomings instead of improving themselves. How can you create a plan to improve your financial health if you aren't willing to improve in the first place, or you aren't even aware that you are the problem? They like to blame their parents or their government that it's their fault why they are poor. But isn't it better to just do the things you can do or control rather than waiting and blaming everyone around you? Instead of wasting your energy on those nonsense things, do something today that would benefit you in the long run. Do something today that your future self would thank you for. Remember, awareness is the first step to take in improving your financial health. By being aware of your actions, you would be able to determine what is needed to be removed, improve, or what actions you need to add to your daily life to achieve your financial goal. And this isn't only for your financial health, but for everything else as well. Your relationship, your job, etc. So start right now. Stop blaming others and be aware that you are the one responsible for your life. The secret to wealth is simple. Find a way to do more for others than anyone else does. Become more valuable. Do more. Give more. Be more. Serve more. By Tony Robbins. One common thing a lot of successful people have is that they provide value to other people. May it be from the product they sell or the service that they provide. If you focus on improving yourself, you make yourself more valuable. If you are a dentist, then improve your skills so that you can provide better treatment to your patients. Then naturally, people will come to you, and this creates a chain reaction. Your name would be known since you provided a great service, allowing you to get more customers. So the better you are, the more value you add to yourself, the bigger the potential you have for making money. Remember, don't chase the money. Focus on providing value and the money will follow. A great business at a fair price is superior to a fair business at a great price. Charlie Munger. Now, Charlie Munger influenced one of the greatest investors in the world, Warren Buffett, with this idea, rather than focusing on the cigar butt strategy that Warren once used in his early career. So we can say, if not for Charlie Munger, Berkshire Hathaway may not be where it is right now. A lot of investors do this mistake. They invest in a company that doesn't have good financials and the moat just because the price is cheap. But it doesn't mean if the company is cheap, it is a good investment. No matter how cheap you buy that company, if it doesn't deliver good earnings or growth per year, then the price may not even go up. And worse, it may even go bankrupt. But if you focus on buying wonderful companies, wherein will deliver more and more profits over time, then you will get more of the compounding effect. Not only for capital appreciation, since a company's earnings grow every year, most of it they distribute to their shareholders through dividends, at which you can reinvest. It's not the big things that add up in the end. It's the hundreds, thousands, or millions of little things that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Darren Hardy. What most people do is concentrate on the big things to be able to change their life, but what they fail to realize, those things won't happen unless you prepare yourself. Darren Hardy explained that the path to success is through a continuum of mundane, unsexy, unexciting, and sometimes difficult daily disciplines compounded over time. By doing these small tasks every day consistently, you are establishing a good foundation for yourself and you create a good habit. The best example of this is a story we have all known since we were little kids, the tortoise and the hare. Though the hare is faster, it wasn't consistent, slacking off from time to time, while the tortoise, on the other hand, was consistent to get to the finish line. The same is true in life. In investing, small gains compounded over time can make you a millionaire and even a billionaire. In business, if you consistently improve the small things and consistently provide better services, money would eventually follow. So never underestimate the small positive steps you take. If you compound them over time, this will let you achieve your goal. Don't look for the needle in the haystack. Just buy the haystack. John Bogle. John Bogle, the founder of Vanguard, introduced a cheap way to invest in the stock market. He popularized index fund investing. If you know for yourself that you don't have the knowledge to evaluate individual companies and also don't have the time to do that and would just rely on the news, the hot trending stock, or what some YouTuber is investing in, then just buy the haystack. Why make it hard for yourself to look for great individual companies? There's nothing wrong with just investing in an index fund. In fact, even the greatest investor himself, Warren Buffett, suggests to the vast majority of individual investors to just consistently buy this fund. Index fund beat most actively managed mutual funds. These mutual funds are even managed by experts, yet only 4% of them beat an index fund. And worse, they charge higher fees for it. So even if you don't have any knowledge about investing at all, then there's still a way for you to achieve vast amounts of wealth without doing anything. All it takes is for you to buy an index fund consistently. That's it. It's that easy. Such a simple lesson, yet can make you a millionaire. Lastly, if you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it's your mistake. Bill Gates. It's not up to you which family you're born into. You could be born into a royal family and never work a day in your life. Or you could be born into poverty. Either way, it can never stop a truly motivated person from living their dream of being something successful. However, if you die poor, it can be your mistake, as it means that you may have not had the motivation to build your wealth despite having little or nothing. This is also connected to our second lesson, to be responsible for your own life. If you blame everyone instead of just doing something to improve your life, then you won't be able to achieve anything. A lot of successful individuals have risen to the top from poverty, so you can do it as well. Though some of us may not be able to reach that same level of success, but it's still worth a try. As mentioned, start with small steps every day. Make it a habit of learning something new. In finance, invest a small amount every month and let compounding do its job. You may not be as fast as those who came from a rich background, but it's still possible for you to get to their level and may even be able to surpass them. You just have to work harder and smarter at the same time. With that, this ends this video for today. Share to us in the comments section what's the favorite lesson that you've learned from successful individuals. And if you've learned something from this video and still haven't clicked the like button, then now is the time to do so. Thank you and see you in the next video.